All right, guys, welcome back to our new subscriber game. And this is the mode where there's no pesky land to get in the way of us seeing what's going on here. Look at this. Look at the blue. The blue is dominating. So we've pretty much got Africa completely sewn up here. I am attacking in north here, and I will continue to attack northward. I've been working with South Angola here, who, by the way, came in from alternate status just recently. Gave him over a couple of my territories, and we traded for them. So he was very cool about that, and so he has an avenue to attack northwards here, and also he can move through my land pretty fast, not quite as fast. Instead of 90 kilometers per hour, you'd be moving 70.3 kilometers per hour, but that's still faster than without a railway at all. He can still move through here to take this AI. I'm not going to attack this AI, at least right away, because I did feel like he could do that. Now, again, if he wants to trade a double for a double, I wouldn't even mind giving him this one, because again, it benefits both of us to be able to trade in this fashion. He can have a clear avenue north, and I don't really need some stuff over here, except for I just do need as many doubles as I can get, just like anybody else. But so we've been experimenting with a lot of that, trading around territories, trying to make things more efficient. And one of the things we've talked about in our other subscriber game, where we came all the way from, Australia. So we came from down here and we're attacking up into Asia, and we had huge morale problems. So we went ahead and assigned 2 of our members to be custodians of the homeland, and we started trading over to them all of our territories. And then the territories that they had conquered in Asia, they were trading over to us. So I did reach out to Biden 8 down here. Biden the 8th? Ah, interesting. Henry the 8th? Biden the 8th? Yeah, okay. Anyway, I did reach out to him and ask if he wanted to start doing that, and he said yeah. And it kind of works because he does have some stuff over here that we could trade around. The weird thing about this, of course, is that this is a level 3 factory. So if I was him, I wouldn't want to give that up, even though it's only on a single resource tile. And then certainly this double energy tile that he has all the way up to almost a level 3 factory, he wouldn't want to trade away either. But I could still trade stuff like this, just a single tile that's not developed at all, and maybe some other stuff as well, because his capital is still all the way back down here. So he would benefit from additional territories that I could trade over to him. And then, of course, my new capital is way up here, because I anticipate taking a lot more territory up here in northwestern, I want to say Alaska. What is wrong with me? Africa. All right. So looking good. I'm liking the way things are looking. Let's go ahead and look at the newspaper here, and we can just see where we stand in our coalition. We're down here. We've been down for a while, number 5-ish. 103 to 148. That's not a huge divide, though. That's something we can overcome. And then, of course, I love to look at our territory counts. So let's go ahead and look at provinces. And we're in 3rd place. Not in 5th place, but in 3rd place. Again, because if you're a new power, if you're conquering forward, you won't have as many developed territories. You won't have as much of those other things that stack onto those reward points. So we're solidly in 3rd place, contending for 2nd, and that's cool because that's Europe. That's the demon, that we've been looking at is Europe. How do you defeat Europe? Because they're so densely packed over there. Well, we're challenging them. We're doing well, and we're continuing to develop and move forward. Now, we did have one of our own drop out here, Germany's Cameroon, and so we've had to be dealing with that. I somehow miraculously took this double wheat, which I'm very happy about, and I intend to keep and develop out. I'm waiting on wood to develop so that I can build this level 1 factory. So it's in the queue. It's just waiting for wood. And as soon as I develop that much wood on my own, I've got it try to balanced out here to where I'm getting 350 per hour. So within a few hours, it should automatically start building a factory there, which will be great, increasing my food and allowing me to reinstate some of these barracks that I've had to shut down because of my food lack, my dearth of food. Dearth means a lack, ladies and gentlemen. That's your new vocabulary word for the day, unless it's atramentus. Atramentus is a word that no one uses, and if you use it, no one will know what you're talking about. And it just means inky black. It means really black, like super black. Atramentus. And I don't really know if it's Latin or why it's that way. We could look it up some other day. But atramentus, use that word. Embarrass your friends. All right, so there's not much more to say here. I really am appreciating my the other subscribers in this game are just we're just dominating this game. It's kind of ridiculous. You know, when we looked at us as being third place in terms of territories and fifth place in terms of reward points, we were not talking about the 5 or 6 other players who are not officially in our coalition but are part of this push. And so let's start to look at some of them over here in Central America. Looks like looks like this represents a lot of Mexico, all the way down in here to Chiapas and Central America, all the way through here, down through Panama, Costa Rica, Honduras, all of Central America. We come into Colombia and starting to enter into South America. This guy is dominating. So let's just take a moment. Yep. Roo. Props, man. Doing great over here. And he's a subscriber. He shared map with us. So, you know, he's sort of that silent ally out on his own, kicking butt. And then the same can be said also up here of these two, Clapping Cheeks and Dogmaster up here. I think are working together. Let's see, are they in they're in a coalition here. Shibiesen. And are you in Shibiesen? Yeah. So a lot of this is like, look, I've said, subscribers, if you want to make coalitions with each other for survival, do it. Go for it, you know? And we'll sort it out at the end of the day. But like also over here, Harkold is kicking butt. And he was down here with the Gad. But the Gad dropped out, and that's very unfortunate because he was part of our blue wave. We're going to have to steamroll him, I guess. But the reason I hate that is that like player characters don't act like AI. So I don't know how he's got his stuff stacked in here. I don't know where he was pushing his frontiers towards, but you can see, oh yeah, here it's happening already. It looks like German West Cameroon is already coming in to invade and take some of these external territories. And then here you have it. It's like, yeah, he's got guys there positioned and ready. So it's going to be tough to attack into that. That's what it's like. It's the worst thing when a brother leaves like that. Not only do they deprive you of their strength, but their strength becomes your enemy, you know, it becomes your weakness. So too bad, you know, it happens all the time though, man. We are starting a new game. The multiverse is happening now. And if you find yourself as an alternate rather, on somebody's team, don't feel bad. Just keep playing your best game because you'll get in, you know, like you'll get in. So I've played in a bunch of these 500 maps and a couple 100 maps. And every time we have multiple dropouts. Then we started these sub games, and I thought, okay, well, this is now a new class of people. These people went to my channel, subscribed to my YouTube, oftentimes went over to our Discord and subscribed to our Discord, you know, and so these people will stay in the game, right? No, in both of these sub games, we've had, in my first game, gosh, like 4 or 5 people dropped out of our coalition as we went along. And one of them, Geraldton, was devastating. And then in this game, I think we've already had 2 or 3 dropouts. Yeah, I want to say 2 or 3 dropouts. And then this one was one of them, Germany's Cameroon. And each dropout hurts, you know, it's not happy. It's not a happy thing, folks, when somebody drops out of your coalition and the allies become enemies. But what I mean to say, though, is if you're interested in playing in the new game, and if you go over to my channel, it's one of the most recent videos is the announcement about that multiverse game. You'll be just fine as an alternate with any of those teams. We have a team in Europe, that's mine. We have a team in Africa. We have a team in the Middle East. We have a team in Asia. We have a team in North America. And so we're trying to spread ourselves all over the map so that as we grow like cancers on those various regions, that eventually we'll kind of grow together, and then we'll figure out what to do. You know, it might get competitive at that point. We'll see. We'll probably be cooperative in the initial phases of the game, but once we grow and there's, this is what I anticipate. There'll probably be, we have 5 teams on the map. Maybe 3 will be dominant. And then maybe 1 non-subscriber team will challenge, those of us who make it to that end. Because this is months. Guys, the 500 player game, it takes months like of real time to play them out. So it takes a certain kind of person with tenacity and grit that hangs in there to stay through the whole thing. But so I think maybe 3 out of 5, maybe 4 out of 5. I don't know. I don't want to underestimate anybody of our coalitions will make it to the end game. And then once they get there, we can figure it out, because we also have the Discord where we can talk safe from spies, safe from anybody hacking our communications. So it should be fun. But anyway, those of you playing in this game, this is the precursor to the multiverse. This was the game where we realized as a group, there's too many of us. There's just too many of us. And we've done a great job of playing cooperatively. There's been very little friction between brothers here, which I've been very happy about. But it did show this need for like, well, what if we had a team up here in North America that was bluing North America? And what if we had another team in South America and another one in Africa, another one in Europe, another one in Asia? And so instead of being sort of this one cancer that is growing slowly in one or two directions, we'd have 5 that are growing, exponentially faster because they're able to move against all of their borders in all directions without feeling like they're attacking or hurting an ally. So this should be fun, man. I'm really excited about the multiverse. This game is also this game. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen so many people working cooperatively together. This is new to me. So, and I feel bad for any of these guys who are just like, I'm playing a game of 1914. Wait a minute, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, several nations attack you at once and you die and you don't ever know why because they're not in the same coalition necessarily. You're like, what's happening? And I'll tell you what's happening. The universe is happening. That's so bad. That's so cheesy. You know what's happening, bro? The universe. That's what's happening. I love it. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for joining us for our new subscriber game, and I'll be casting the multiverse, so that's going to be added into the mix here. So as of now, I've been releasing videos for my Dominion domination, start to finish in Mesopotamia, and that's a very niche market. Not many people like to play the Mesopotamia mode, but I freaking love it. But the problem with it, of course, is it's not cooperative. It's one person wins everything, and then everyone else wins nothing. So it's a game for misanthropes. It's a game for people who hate people. So if you hate people, go on over to my Dominion Domination playlist, because I've tried to engineer that game from the very beginning to be noob proof. Like nobody can derail me. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to depend on anybody else. So it's like the opposite of what these games are, especially this game. This game is so multinational and cooperative. My Dominion Domination game playlist is just the opposite of that. It's like, I don't trust anyone. I hate everyone. Can I win this game without ever trusting anyone ever? So that's over there in that stack. And then, of course, the multiverse, I've told a lot of people, if you're interested, go over to our Discord and look for a captain. Go to the captain's quarters. There are 5 of us now, actually 6, because one of the teams has co-captains. And reach out to them and see if you can be an alternate, because alternate is great. There's nothing wrong with alternate. You play as a full brother with full vision and full planning rights, rights to help plan. And then when somebody inevitably drops, which they always do, life happens. Then you step in as a full brother, and you're honestly, your coalition loves you for it, because, without you, they're screwed. They're just down. They're down to 6, and that's 6 out of 7 is not 100%. You want to be 100% throughout this whole game, especially when there's 5 teams from our coalition group, our subscriber group alone. And then, there's also always other players, a lot of active players out there who have played this game a lot, who are playing their own games. So it's going to be cool. I'm loving it. So there's a little bit of everything for the people on this channel. If you're just now tuning in for the first time, this is a subscriber game. So, all the people in this game tend to check out these videos to kind of see what's going on with everybody and, get some updates on where everybody stands. We are swarming into the Middle East now. My understanding is we're starting to encounter some opposing coalitions. So the European Union, oh yeah, that's not good. European Union, here we go. So Major Trevis. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Look at that. Okay, I'm glad we talked about this because some of us have mentioned we're encountering some stiff opposition here in the Northeast. And so this is maybe a lesson for the future. Beware, watch for people in coalitions, and especially if it's the dominant coalition on the map. Be super careful. We attack sort of willy-nilly outwards until we reach somebody who slaps us back. And that's what's happening right here. Is it does look like Levante is clapping back and clapping back hard. That's a big stack right there, man. That's 14 cannon, and that's 160 infantry, stiffened up with 4 tanks and 1 heavy tank, 7 cavalry. I love those cavalry. That's really 14 men worth. So it does look like, okay, looks like we're rallying some stuff back here a little bit, and that's the thing to do. So if you're a regional power over here, if you're blue and you're in this zone, this is your battle call. And all we need to do is stand our ground over here somewhere, fall back and land in some kind of fortification, some kind of fortress, because those of us in West Africa, we're not ready yet. We're still doing our normal expansion here against non-major players, like nobody from the European Union is up here. So I'm still expanding upwards into the map here. However, once I finish that, I can absolutely send some stuff over your way. So let's try to hold the door shut here in Northeast Africa, Suez Canal area. Let's try to hold this door shut if we can. Fall back, regroup, fall into fortresses and fortify. And then, of course, anybody who's down here attacking into these territories, these appear to be mainly, these are all mainly AI, AFK PCs down here. So keep it up, have fun. But Major Trevis, that's a different story. He is in the dominant coalition of the game. So pay attention to that stuff. Let's see what's going on up here. Yep. So it looks like all of this. Yep. All of this. So this is not my region of the world, so I'm not really paying close attention to it. But him, Central Hungary, Serbia, and Levante are all 3 essentially bordering us. This is nice. This is nice that West Sicily is its own AI here. So it's not owned by Central Hungary yet. But I guarantee you he's attacking down into there right now. Let's see what the morale is here. Yeah, really low. So he just took these 2. So he's attacking now. So we have now come up against Europe. It's official. We've got players at war with Europe over here. We've got Europe coming down over here. Yep. And through Austria, Serbia, Austria-Hungary rather, Serbia, whatever that is. And then, of course, over here, Central Hungary coming down through the boot of Italy and on down into Sicily. And so we've got people to worry about. Harcold X over here is a serious presence in Europe. Let's see if he's up against that coalition. No, the French Pact. And no, so he's not up against European Union yet. That's good. I think he has a good chance. He's playing a good game up here. He's somebody that's definitely just waiting it out. And, we're going to follow our order of submission here, but eventually it'd be really nice to welcome him into the core 7 too. Now, having said that, I don't want anyone of my core 7 to drop out. Please don't. It's very harmful. You can see anytime anybody drops out, it's very harmful. If you have to drop out, please gather all your men and yeet them into the sea, and then contact me, and I'll let anybody know who's close by, hey, these are free territories, right? So if, for instance, somebody over here decides to quit and yeets all their guys out to sea, well, I can't take them, but I can certainly notify the territories nearby, hey, the guy next to you has to leave the game, go take his stuff, and it just makes it so much easier. So really hope that everybody stays in the game. And then, but if you have to leave the game, please leave it right. Make it your last thing. It doesn't take long. Look how long this takes. 1, 2, 3 seconds. It takes 3 seconds, and then clickety click into the ocean. So please take a moment, and then it just makes our lives so much easier. And of course, we would do the same for you. If we have to leave the game suddenly, that's the way we'll do it. So, all right, guys, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're continuing to try to take back this stuff over here from, what is this, Western Germany, East Cameroon. And we're moving northward ever vigilantly, ever valorously. I'm going ahead and making a massive 4-pronged attack here. You might even say 4-tined attack, because the tines are the various pokey parts of a fork. Did you know that? You know what each little thing is called on a fork? It's called a tine. You didn't know that, but now you do. Now you're smarter. See what I'm doing to you? I'm making you smarter. Oh, you love it. Do you know what that period of time right before it gets fully dark, but it's kind of somewhat dark? You'll say twilight. I'll say, that's pretty mainstream, Like, that's not very cool. Like, I'm a hipster linguist. You know what? I'm into words that nobody knows. So when it's almost dark, it's the gloaming. Oh, you've never heard of that word, or maybe you have. And if you have, I'm impressed, because the gloaming is that time. The gloaming, that time as darkness is settling over the earth. And you can feel as if the doors between our world and the supernatural world have cracked open the slightest bit. All right. I'm just rambling on, aren't I? Holy crap. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm glad to see you here, especially, when I do these games, it's for everybody on the channel, and we tend to have 80 or 90 views per video or whatever. But specifically for the people in this game, thanks for tuning in. And I want to say this too, like, if you want me to give you a shout out, if you feel like you're doing something on the map and I'm not paying attention to it, please let me know, because I'm just kind of doing my best to scroll around. So the people in the Middle East notified me and said, hey, mention it on your video that we are struggling. And so once I zoomed in here, I was like, oh yeah, you are. Like, oh no, that's not good at all. We really need to we need to have a marshaling point. And it looks like that's what's happening here. We have this marshaling point of Malawi here. And that looks like a good place to just gather everybody together. It's strategically, defensively in a good position to prevent further incursions, and just stack it up. Stack it up. Stack it up. Stack it up, baby. I was watching Happy Gilmore a few days ago, and that's the golfing game. And one of the things he's like, tap it in, just tippy tip, tap it in, because he's trying to putt a golf. He was trying to putt into a hole or whatever. And so yeah. Anyway, whoa, I'm still rambling. All right, guys, I got to get off of here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I will be seeing everybody more in the multiverse, because everyone, whether you're in the first subscriber game or the second subscriber game, or you're not in one yet, everyone is welcome there. There are 5 teams. You're welcome to reach out to a captain, which is in our Discord. Go to the Captain's Quarters channel of our Discord. Reach out to them and be an alternate, because that's a great option. Or if you've got 3 or 4 friends who like to play this game, reach out to them, make your own coalition. There's still no coalition in Australia. There's still no coalition in South America that I know of. And honestly, there's room for more than one coalition in each continent. In these 500-player games, there's just, massive numbers of possibilities here. So if you want to start your own coalition, that's fine too. Nothing wrong with that. I have asked, though, that if you're affiliated with this YouTube channel, that if you would name your coalition with verse at the end. So like somebody is the transverse. I'm the universe, because that's the name of the channel. And then, of course, the game itself is the multiverse, because there's so many of us here in the universe that are joining. I'm still waiting for the reverse. I'm still waiting for the perverse. I don't know what else there could be. There's possibilities, man. Any silly thing you want could be a name. It would be nice for it to end in verse, but even that's not a hard rule. Do whatever you want, man. Like, we are the bosses of our own lives when it comes right down to it. So, all right, guys, thanks for checking in to our new subscriber game. Again, I'm real happy with how things are going. Let's be super careful here in the Northeast. If you can afford to send 20, 40, 50 guys over to support this effort, please do. They're just defensive. And remember, these are the gates. These are the hot gates from the 300, right? This is the narrow neck that we can defend if we have people here in significant enough numbers. We can defend this narrow choke point, and that's really the goal at this time. And let's not forget that the European Union is moving southward as well, and soon they're going to run out of stuff to take, and that's when they cross the channel here. And nobody likes that. I say the channel, but it's the Mediterranean Sea. But anyway, let's be aware of that. Let's be conscious of that. At this point in time, I'm just in no position to assist that at all. But soon I will be, because Shogun over here has been doing a great job of really conquering the crap out of stuff. And I'm trying to keep pace with him conquering up into here. I was disappointed I had to bring some guys back down here to fight. This doofus had like 100 guys over here and a cannon. And so I had to back some people up to attack down to there. But I'm back on track now. And so I'm moving up into this territory, hopefully be taking it soon. I do love that it has a double oil, double steel, and double food. It's like food, material, and energy. Oh, yeah. Bring it on. All right. Thanks for checking in, guys. I'll see y'all next time. And hopefully, the next time you'll hear from me is almost certainly going to be over in the multiverse. So, all right. See you guys over in the multiverse, guys. Adios, amigos.